Hello friends, welcome to the Elite class. Hope you're all good and have understood our previous lecture on Antarctica completely. In case of any doubts, you can comment in the comment section below, and if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, kindly do subscribe to it. Let's move towards our today's topic, that is Europe. Before starting it, we need to understand some terms, and our first term is a strait. So, talking about the strait, it is a narrow passage of water which connects either two seas or any large water body. So, in itself, a strait is a small water body connecting two large water bodies. The second one is bay. It is a broad inlet of the sea where the land curves inwards. That means if this is the broad inlet of sea and the land over there is in the curved shape, so this represents a bay. Then the next term is the Gulf. Gulf is simply a deep inlet of sea almost surrounded by the land from all sides, but it has a narrow mouth. So let's have a look on the diagrams. The first one represents a strait. This is a narrow body of water. This is a narrow body of water, and this narrow body is connecting these two large water bodies. This is the two large water bodies, and this small land water body is connecting these two large water bodies. So this is representing a strait over here. Now this is a broad inlet of water, and this is the curve of the land. So this is representing a bay. Now coming downwards, we have in this diagram, this is the Persian Gulf represented in this picture, where you can see this water body is covered by land from all the sides, but it has a very narrow mouth over here. This narrow mouth with land on all sides is representing the Gulf. I hope these three terms are clear to you. Let's move forward and we'll try to study Europe by map. On seeing this map, it is very clear that the Europe on the north is surrounded by the Arctic Ocean. On its west, it is surrounded by Atlantic Ocean. On its east, it is surrounded by the Caspian Sea or the Ural Mountains, which are separating it from the Asia. And on the south, it is surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea. So these are representing the boundaries of Europe. You have to remember what is surrounding Europe from which side. In the north, it is the Arctic Ocean. From the east, it is Atlantic Ocean. From the west. From the east, it is Ural Mountains and Caspian Sea, and in the south, it is the Mediterranean Sea. You have to remember it because mostly the questions are asked which are map based, and if you remember the locations, the map, you will be able to attempt the questions correctly. Moving forward, there are few things we need to know, and these are the Norway, Sweden and Finland. Together these three countries are called the Scandinavian countries. Norway, Sweden and Finland. Let's have a look on the diagram. This is the Norway, this is Sweden and this is Finland. And that is why this whole area is called the Scandinavian countries. Scandinavian countries. I hope this is clear. You have to remember the location of Norway, Sweden and Finland on the north of Europe, and these three together are called the Scandinavian countries. Now Scandinavian countries, that is Norway, Sweden and Finland, together with the Denmark and Iceland, are known as the Nordic countries. So getting back to the diagram, we have here the Scandinavian countries, and this is the plus Denmark. Now we have to add what? The Denmark and Iceland. Together they are called, that means these all are together called by the name Nordic countries. Clear? That is Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark and Iceland are called the Nordic countries. Moving forward, the Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, these three countries together are called by the name as the Baltic countries. Let's have a look on map. So this is Estonia, this is Latvia and this is Lithuania, just south of Finland. The Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania, they lie in the south of Finland. They are known as the Baltic countries. They are known as the Baltic countries. Why they are known as Baltic countries? Because they are present near the Baltic Sea. Baltic Sea lies to the west of these countries. Moving forward, we have Portugal and the Spain. The Portugal and Spain, they are known as the Iberian Peninsula. So why they are known as Iberian Peninsula? Because they are covered or surrounded by the water on three sides. Let's have a look. This is the Portugal and this is Spain. So you can see the water on one side, two side and third side, but the fourth side is landlocked, and it's in the case of Portugal as well as in the Spain. So that is why we call them as Iberian Peninsula. Is it clear? I hope this is clear till this point of time. So let's move forward. This is the political map of Europe. Here you will try to remember the location of each country. So this is Norway, Sweden and Finland, called the Scandinavian countries. The Denmark plus Iceland somewhere here, it's not shown in this diagram. So together all these are called the Nordic countries. We have Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania together called the Baltic countries. We have Portugal and Spain together called the Iberian Peninsula. I hope this is clear, and if you want to remember the other countries as well, this is UK, this is Ireland, this is France, Germany, this is Netherlands, Belgium, and it's Italy, it's Greece, Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, Poland, Czech Republic, Hungary, Slovakia, Bosnia, Yugoslavia, Italy, Switzerland, France, Germany and all. So if you want to remember them, so you will try to make a map or buy a stencil, or if it is not possible, you can download an outline from the Google and you can practice it on that, and with the time you'll be able to mention them all. Like I have shown here, this is the outline of Europe, political map of Europe. So you can practice it on that, and with our session we'll be practicing it on the same map. So let's move forward to the important oceans, seas, straits, gulf, bays of the Europe. Let's move towards them one by one. Starting from the top, we have the Norwegian Sea. You can see that we remember that this is Norway. Okay, I'll try to be more clear about it. Say this is Norway over here, this is Sweden. Okay, so on the west of Norway we have Norwegian Sea. So Norwegian Sea, and to the south of this we have North Sea. To the east of the UK we have North Sea. So you have to remember the Norwegian Sea and then we have North Sea. So coming to the south of North Sea, we have the Kiel Canal. Kiel Canal is a 99-kilometer long canal, and it connects the North Sea to the Baltic Sea. It is a canal in between here. Okay, let's see that this is the Kiel Canal, and it is connecting the North Sea to the Baltic Sea, and it is a 99-kilometer long canal, and it is acting as a natural boundary between Denmark and Germany. So this is Denmark and this is Germany. So this Kiel Canal is acting as a natural boundary between Denmark and Germany. Let's have a look. This is a map, and you will find that this is Denmark and this is Germany. So this natural boundary between them represents the Kiel Canal. Here this is North Sea and this is Baltic Sea. So this Kiel Canal is connecting North Sea with the Baltic Sea, and this Kiel Canal is a natural boundary between Denmark and Germany. Let's move back to our map. So we're done till Kiel Canal. Moving forward, we have the Strait of Dover. This is the Strait of Dover, and the Strait of Dover is connecting this North Sea with the English Channel. English Channel is a water body and North Sea is also a water body, and these two large water bodies are connected by a small water body called Strait of Dover. So this Strait of Dover is a small water body connecting the large water body of North Sea to English Channel. Is it clear? We can also say this is a strait. Actually, the strait is separating the two large water bodies. Clear? Moving forward, we have the Irish Sea. This is the Irish Sea here, and this Irish Sea is separating the Ireland. This is Ireland and this is UK. So this Irish Sea is separating Ireland from UK. And to the south of Ireland we have another sea called the Celtic Sea. This is present to the south of Ireland. Now if we talk about this Baltic Sea, coming to the north of Baltic Sea we have Gulf of Bothnia. This Gulf of Bothnia is a natural boundary between the Sweden and Finland. We know that this is Finland and this is Sweden. This is Norway. So in between Sweden and Finland we have a water body or a gulf. This is known as Gulf of Bothnia, and this Gulf of Bothnia is acting as a natural boundary between Sweden and Finland. Clear? So till this we talked about the Norwegian Sea, we talk about the North Sea, the Celtic Sea, Irish Sea, English Channel, Strait of Dover, Kiel Canal, Baltic Sea, the Gulf of Bothnia. Now coming to the Gulf of Finland, to the south of Finland, we know that this is Finland. I think I should write it like this. This is Finland, and to the south of Finland we have Gulf of Finland, and it is a natural boundary between Finland and Estonia. We know this is Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania here because that's why they are called as the Baltic countries. So the natural boundary between Finland and Estonia is Gulf of Finland. Fine. Moving forward, we have the Bay of Biscay. This is Bay of Biscay. This is Bay of Biscay here. Bay, we know that this is an inland water body, and this inlet is surrounded by a land. This water is coming towards a land which is curved in shape, and this Bay of Biscay, it boundaries the coasts of France and Spain. We know that this is Spain, and it's somewhat till this point, let me be clear about it. This is France and this is the Spain portion. So this is France and this is Spain. It is covering the coasts of both France and Spain. Moving forward, we have Strait of Gibraltar to the south of Spain. This Strait of Gibraltar is connecting the Atlantic Ocean. We know we have Atlantic Ocean to the west of Europe. So this Atlantic Ocean is flowing from this side also. So this Strait of Gibraltar is connecting this Atlantic Ocean with the Mediterranean Sea. And this Strait of Gibraltar is also a natural boundary, or we can say it's a boundary between the Europe and Africa. Fine. This is also known as the Key of Mediterranean Sea. Strait of Gibraltar is also known as the Key of Mediterranean Sea. The Strait of Gibraltar. I hope this is clear till this point. So now we'll be practicing it on this map. Let's first write about the name of the countries. This is Norway. This is Sweden. And this is Finland. Okay. This is UK. This is Ireland. Okay. This is Denmark. This is Germany. This is France. Okay. Now we will be locating the Norwegian Sea. It is to the west of Norway. Norwegian Sea. To the south of Norwegian Sea, we talked about the North Sea. North Sea, we have also learned about the location that is to the east of UK. This is North Sea. Now this natural boundary between the Germany and Denmark, what is this called? This is here the, sorry, we will change the color. This is the Kiel Canal. Okay. And this is here the Baltic Sea. Okay. This is Estonia. This is Latvia. And this is Lithuania. Okay. Clear? Then we talked about after Baltic Sea, we have the in between Sweden and Finland, we talked about the Gulf of Bothnia. We'll be writing it here, that is Gulf of Bothnia. And to the south of Finland, like here in between Estonia and Finland, we have what is called as the Gulf of Finland. So it's very easy to remember, that is what is in the south of Finland, that is the Gulf of Finland, acting as a natural boundary between Estonia and Finland. Clear till this point? Now we also have a smaller strait over this point, and this strait is called the Strait of Dover. This Strait of Dover is separating it is connecting the North Sea with that of English Channel. English Channel. This strait, will be writing it here, Strait of Dover. I hope till this point everything is clear to everybody. Let's move to the south of this picture. We also read about the we read about the Celtic Sea, right? We read about the Celtic Sea over here. What is happening? Okay, we read about the Celtic Sea, right? To the south of Ireland. This is Ireland. And this curve, this bay is called the Bay of Biscay. And this Bay of Biscay is surrounding the coasts of France and Spain. Then we talked about this strait, which is called the Strait of Gibraltar. Strait of Gibraltar. This is the strait. and this is connecting the Atlantic Sea with that of the Atlantic Ocean with that of the Mediterranean Sea. And this Strait of Gibraltar is also called the Key of Mediterranean Sea. I hope till this point everything is clear. Anybody facing any sort of problem, do comment in the comment section so that I'll make it clear. Moving forward, we talk about the another strait that is called the Strait of Bonifacio. Bonifacio, it is also a strait which is connecting the Mediterranean Sea with the Tyrrhenian Sea. This is the Mediterranean Sea and this is the Tyrrhenian Sea, and in between them this is the Strait of Bonifacio connecting Mediterranean Sea with the Tyrrhenian Sea. And it also is separating the two land masses. So what are these land masses? The upper one is known as Corsica and the lower one is known as the Sardinia. Okay, let's understand it here. These are two land masses, smaller land masses. These are like islands, and between the two we have Strait of Bonifacio, and this is separating, this is Corsica and this is Sardinia. Fine. So this Corsica is under France and Sardinia is under Italy. So this Strait of Bonifacio is connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Tyrrhenian Sea. Tyrrhenian Sea. I hope this is clear. Moving back to our slide. Then we have this is the Balearic Island. We also have to know about it, and it is under the administration of Spain. Then we have the Strait of Messina. This smaller water body is representing the Strait of Messina over here, and this is separating Italy from Sicily. This small area is called the Sicily, and Strait of Messina is separating Italy. Here it is Italy, and it is separating Italy from Sicily and joining Tyrrhenian Sea to that to Ionian Sea. So it is joining Tyrrhenian Sea with that of Ionian Sea, separating Italy from Sicily. So this is Strait of Messina. Moving forward, we have Strait of Otranto. This is Strait of Otranto, and it is joining Ionian Sea to the Adriatic Sea. Joining Ionian Sea to the Adriatic Sea, and it is also separating, this is the Balkan area. Balkan states are present in this area, and this is our Italy. So we can also say the strait is separating Italy from the Balkan states and is joining Ionian Sea to Adriatic Sea. I hope this is clear. Moving forward, we have the Strait of Dardanelles. We have the Strait of Dardanelles, and the strait is separating, this is separating the Balkan Peninsula. This is the Balkan Peninsula, and the Strait of Dardanelles is separating the Balkan Peninsula from Turkey. This is our Turkey and this is our Balkan states. So these Balkan states are separated from Turkey by the Strait of Dardanelles, and it is also joining the two water bodies, that is the Aegean Sea to the Sea of Marmara. We'll be explaining it here. This is the Balkan Peninsula and this is our Turkey. Fine. In between the two we have the Strait of Dardanelles, and this strait is joining two large water bodies. One is the Aegean Sea and it is connecting Aegean Sea to the Sea of Marmara. I hope this is clear. This is actually a congested map, but to get a big picture of it, I have explained it separately. So we are done with Strait of Dardanelles also. Moving forward, we have Strait of Bosphorus. So the Strait of Bosphorus is simply joining Sea of Marmara to Black Sea. It is joining Sea of Marmara to Black Sea, and it is simply separating the Europe from Turkey or Anatolia. So this is, now moving forward, we have also here the Strait of Kerch. It's a very important strait. This is Strait of Kerch here, and it is connecting the Black Sea with the Sea of Azov. This is Sea of Azov, this is Black Sea, and the Strait of Kerch is connecting Black Sea with Sea of Azov. But it is separating the Crimea from Russia. We will be more clear about it. This is Crimea and this is Russia. So this Sea of Azov, this is the Strait of Kerch, sorry, not Sea of Azov, Strait of Kerch is separating this Crimea from Russia. So it is joining Black Sea to Sea of Azov and separating the Crimea from Russia. I hope this is clear till this point of time. Let's move towards this map and try to connect it. We talked till Strait of Gibraltar. Now we have here, this is the Corsica, right, and this is Sardinia, and in between the two we have Strait of Bonifacio. I'll try to write it. This is Corsica, this is Sardinia, and in between the two we have Strait of Bonifacio. This is here the Mediterranean Sea and this is here the Tyrrhenian Sea. You have to, I had not explained it, to the west of Italy, we know that this is Italy. To its west we have Tyrrhenian Sea, to its south we have Ionian Sea, and to its east we have Adriatic Sea. So we said that this is Mediterranean Sea and this is Tyrrhenian Sea, and the Strait of Bonifacio is connecting Mediterranean Sea to the Tyrrhenian Sea. Now we also have here another strait called the Strait of Messina, and the Strait of Messina is separating Italy from Sicily. This is Sicily and this is Italy. So Italy is separated from Sicily by Strait of Messina, but Strait of Messina is connecting the Tyrrhenian Sea to the Ionian Sea, which is present to the south of Italy. Moving forward, we have also here another strait called the Strait of Otranto. Fine. The Strait of Otranto is connecting Ionian Sea with that of Adriatic Sea, and it is separating Italy from the Balkan Peninsula. Clear? Now we also have here another strait. This is called the Strait of Dardanelles. This strait is connecting the Ionian Sea, the strait is connecting the Aegean Sea to the Sea of Marmara. This is Aegean Sea, this is Strait of Dardanelles, and this is Sea of Marmara. I know this is a bit congested. We will just zoom it a bit. This is our Aegean Sea, this is our Sea of Marmara, and in between the two we have the Strait of Dardanelles. I hope now this is clear. Now this is Sea of Marmara, as we already know, and this is Black Sea. Clear? This is Black Sea. In between the two we have a strait called the Strait of Bosphorus. Okay, I hope this is clear. Moving forward somewhere to here, this is Black Sea and this is Sea of Azov, and these two are separated by means of a strait, and this is known as the Strait of Kerch. It is joining Black Sea to the Sea of Azov, and it is separating Crimea from Russia. Crimea from Russia. I hope whatever we have studied till now, it is all clear to you. Now we'll talk about some important mountain ranges and some important rivers of Europe. So first, starting with the Scandinavian mountains. The Scandinavian mountains are also known as the Jolan Mountains. These mountains are also known as the Jolan Mountains. They form a natural boundary between Sweden and the Norway. This is our Norway and this is Sweden. So in between the two we have these Scandinavian mountains. These mountains prominently are the part of territory of Norway, and they are of the denuded rock status. Fine. Then we talk about the Pennine Range. This is the Pennine Range, and this Pennine Range is present in UK. This is a mountain range present in UK. Moving towards the Cantabrian Mountains, we have these Cantabrian Mountains. So this Cantabrian Mountains are actually present in Spain. So this is our Spain, and this portion is Portugal. So Cantabrian are present towards the coast of the Spain. Fine. So talking about, we read about the Scandinavian mountains, Pennine Range and the Cantabrian Mountains. Now talking about the Pyrenees. We also have Pyrenees in Spain. This is also a mountain range in Spain, and it is near the boundary of France and Spain. This is Spain and this is France, so this is their boundary, and near the boundary we have the Pyrenees range. Fine. Then talking about the Alps mountains. These are present in the southeast part of France. This is France and this is its southeast part, and it is somewhere spread towards the part of Italy and to the parts of Switzerland and Austria, somewhere here. So it is spread in France, Italy, Switzerland and Austria. We have to remember that Alps mountains are spread in the parts of France, in parts of Italy, Switzerland and Austria. Clear? Moving forward to the Apennines. These are the Apennines, and they lie from north to the south tip of Italy. We know this is Italy. From north to south they are spread across Italy. Then we have Vosges. They are present in the France only. Then we have the Carpathian Mountains. These Carpathian Mountains, they are found in the three countries. One is Poland, another is Romania, and the third one is Ukraine. In Poland, Romania and Ukraine we have these Carpathian Mountains spread. Coming towards the Balkan Mountains. These are Balkan Mountains and they are spread in Bulgaria. This is Bulgaria here, and this mountain range is spread from east to west. It goes like this, from east to west. This is the Balkan Mountains. Then we talk about the Pindus. These are present in Greece. This is Greece, and Pindus are present in Greece. We have Ural Mountains. They are in there. We have Ural Mountains. Fine. Then we have Caucasus Mountains. These are the Caucasus Mountains here. They are also present in at a border between Russia and Europe. They form a natural boundary between the Europe and the Asia. And Mount Elbrus is also located in the Caucasus Mountains, which is the highest peak of Europe. Mount Elbrus. Mount Elbrus. Okay. Caucasus Mountains have this Mount Elbrus, which is the highest peak of Europe. Highest peak of Europe is this Mount Elbrus. I hope this is clear. Then we have the last Alps. These are called the Dinaric Alps. We have here the Dinaric Alps. These Dinaric Alps are present in the Bosnia and the Montenegro. So these two countries have Dinaric Alps spread in there. So we talked about the very important mountain ranges, and which include the Scandinavian mountains, the Pennine Range, the Cantabrian mountains, the Vosges Alps, Carpathian mountains. We have the Balkan mountains, the Dinaric Alps, Apennines, Pindus, and Caucasus mountains, and somewhere here we have the Ural mountains as well. So these are the important mountain ranges of Europe. Moving forward to the important rivers, we start with the Rhine River. This is the Rhine River. This is the busiest inland transportation, and it is present on the Alps of Switzerland. Here somewhere we have Alps spread across this to Switzerland until Austria. So this is present on the Alps of Switzerland. And there is a lake here somewhere. This lake is called the Lake Constance. Lake Constance is somewhere in there, and the Lake Constance is actually the origin of this river Rhine or Rhine. And this river drains into the North Sea. We know this is North Sea over here, and it drains in the North Sea. It passes through Switzerland, Austria, Germany, Netherlands, and Liechtenstein. It acts as a natural boundary between France and Germany. This is France and this is Germany, and this is the natural boundary between the two. We also have the Rhine Falls on it. Moving forward to our next, this is the River Seine. River Seine is here, and on the banks of River Seine, Paris is located. This is France. This whole region is France. River Seine flows through it, and on the banks of this River Seine, we have Paris located in it. And this river drains here, and this is the English Channel. We talked about this earlier. So the River Seine drains in English Channel. So, and there is an important city which is present, a famous city which is present on this river, and this is the Le Havre or Rouen. Le Havre or Rouen is a famous city on this river. Moving forward to River Po, we have another river, and this river is called the River Po. Let's locate this river first. This is here. We have River Po, and this is the longest river of Italy. This is our Italy, and the longest river of Italy is called the River Po. Fine. So it primarily flows through mainland Italy and making it the most fertile portion of Italy. So it drains in here. This is the Adriatic Sea. We talked about it. You remember that From the west we have Tyrrhenian Sea, to the south we have Ionian Sea, and to the east we have Adriatic Sea, and this Po river drains in this, that is the Adriatic Sea. Moving to the next river, that is the river Tiber. This is our river Tiber, and it is also a river of Italy. And on this river, Rome is located. Rome is located on the banks of river Tiber, and it drains in here, that is the Mediterranean Sea. This river drains in here, that is in the Mediterranean Sea. Tiber is also known for making a delta. It forms a cup-shaped type of delta, and there is also a very important city located on the banks of this river, that is the Vatican City. Vatican City, you must have heard the name. So this river also has Vatican City located on its banks. I hope this is clear. We talked about river Rhine, river Seine, river Po, and river Tiber. Till this time everything is clear. Moving to our next river, that is the river Garonne. River Garonne, it flows through a city of Bordeaux. Simply it flows through France, and it drains in the Bay of Biscay. We have here the Bay of Biscay. We have already read about all the oceans, bays, gulfs around the Europe. So this is Bay of Biscay, and river Garonne drains in this. Moving towards the another river, that is the river Lier. It also drains in the Bay of Biscay, and there is a famous city of Nantes on its coast. So this is the coast, and the Nantes is a very important city located on this coast. Then we have another important river, that is the river Rhone. There is a very important lake in here, that is called the Lake Geneva. This Lake Geneva is the origin of this river Rhone, and this river Rhone, it drains in somewhere here. This is actually Gulf of Lyons. This is called Gulf of Lyons, where it drains. Fine. Coming to the next river, that is the river Ebro. We have this river Ebro in Spain, and it originates from the Cantabrian Mountains, and it drains in the Mediterranean Sea. It originates from Cantabrian Mountains, drains in the Mediterranean Sea. Very easy to remember. Then we have the another important river, the river Guadalquivir, and this Guadalquivir originates from Spain, and it drains in the Atlantic Ocean. We have the Atlantic Ocean to the west of Europe. So this Guadalquivir, this river drains in the Atlantic Ocean, but it originates from Spain. We have another important river, that is the river Tagus. This is the river Tagus or Tagus, whatever you call it. So it flows through first Spain, and then it flows through Portugal, and then it drains in the Atlantic Ocean. And an important city is located on its banks. This is called the Lisbon. Another important rivers are the river Volga. We have here the river Volga. This is the longest river of Europe. The longest river of Europe. Fine. Then we have river Danube. This river Danube is the second largest. It is the second longest river. First is Volga. This is the first longest river of Europe. Second being river Danube. And another rivers being the river Vistula, river Odra, river Weser. So these are all important rivers of the Europe. I hope this is clear, and this is an outline of map. You can download the same outline of the political as well as of the physical maps of Europe from Google, and you can practice on that, so that this will become very easy for you to remember the maps and attempt in exams as well. Coming towards the climate, the northern Europe has a polar climate, because we know the Arctic Ocean is on the north of Europe, so it is very cold in there. So the type of climate is polar. In the southern side, the Mediterranean Sea is present, so the Mediterranean climate is there. In the Western Europe, we have a British continental type of the climate, that is, it also has summer season, winter season, and sometimes the rainy seasons as well. In the Eastern Europe, we have a cold climate with some seasonal variations, and in the Central Europe, we have temperate type of climate, neither too hot nor too cold. So with this, we'll conclude it for today, and we'll be continuing with Europe in our next lecture also. So till then, we'll meet you in the next lecture. I hope you all have understood this part very easily and completely. If there is any doubts, so you can ask me about them in the comment section below. And if you have liked the video, kindly give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. We'll meet you in the next lecture.